Hey, house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother 24 updates and spoilers. It's eviction day. Yay! Our house guests of the day are Adley Bruges and John, is it Udin or Udin? Either way, thank you both so much for the support. We could not do this without you, and we appreciate it so much. So thank you again. And if you guys want to be house guests of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. It's only $1 per holla. Woo! And before we get started, I also want to thank yesterday's super chatters because that's another fantastic way to support our channel. So Jefferson Tucker, Vincent Campos, Norm the Cat, Arjun Wrights, Angela H, Joe Cortez, Shane Wright, Camila Gamba, Melissa Cannon, Mary Ellen Ludwig, and Christine. Thank you all so much for your super chats yesterday. And I see Norm the Cat is back today. Thank you, Norm the Cat. Really appreciate it. I'm wearing my cat t-shirt today. Yeah. Okay, so when we left off yesterday, Taylor and Alyssa are up on the block. Things are getting a little crazy. Monty wants Alyssa to go this week, and Turner has agreed to vote her out, but he had not broken the news to Alyssa yet. He was saying he was going to do it either Wednesday night or like Thursday during the day. Waiting on that conversation. But Alyssa has been campaigning hard to Brittany in the meantime, and it's been working. So Brittany has been feeling really left out lately since everyone's been staying up all night and having slumber parties without her. She doesn't have Michael anymore, and she's really paranoid that her final two, Taylor, is planning to go to the final three with Monty and Turner, not with her. But in reality, Taylor does not want that. She still wants to go to the end with Brittany. But Taylor has not been doing a good job of having regular check-ins with Brittany this week. She has been like leaving her to her own devices, and Taylor's been spending a lot of one-on-one time in the HOH room with Monty. If you missed it, Monty and Taylor have been hooking up on the down low the last few days. Oh my god! These late game showmances always kill me. But yeah, Taylor has been, I think, a little too comfortable this week, a little too distracted by that new showmance, and she has not been checking in with Brittany enough. So Brittany told Alyssa that she will be voting to keep her. We talked about this yesterday. And Brittany says that she trusts Alyssa more than Taylor now. So their plan is for Alyssa to act like she does not have Brittany's vote. And she's hoping that Turner will feel comfortable enough to give her a sympathy vote. And then she would end up staying 2-0. We'll see. I mean, it's a long shot, but you never know, right? So, okay. Brittany and Alyssa had a check-in with each other in the bathroom yesterday afternoon. And Brittany's asking Alyssa, like, have you talked to Turner yet? Has he told you what he's doing? And Alyssa says, no, haven't had the chance yet. So Brittany knows. I mean, she's had conversations with Turner this week about the plan. She's wondering, is Turner actually going to pull Alyssa aside and let her know that he's voting her out, right? Because that's what he told Brittany he was planning on doing. So Brittany's like, he told me that if he was going to tell you ahead of time, that he would break the news to you tonight, meaning Wednesday night. If he doesn't break it to you, then that's a good sign. Is it? Or does that just mean he's blindsiding Alyssa? But Brittany says if he does, if he has that conversation with you, just let me know how that conversation goes, because that would be good info for me to know. So Alyssa's like, yeah, I'm going to touch base with Turner and I'm going to let him know how important his vote is to me. And Brittany's giving Alyssa more tips, saying like, tell him, like, even if it's a tie, at least you'd have a fighting chance. Like, maybe Monty will keep you. And you can also push the sympathy vote angle. So Brittany is like, would you tell me if he lets you know that he's not keeping you and there's just no swaying him? Like, I need to hear that from you if that is the case. So Alyssa's like, yeah, I would definitely tell you that. She really appreciates Brittany kind of sticking her neck out here and like giving Alyssa a chance to stay. So Brittany says, I don't mind blowing things up, but if there's a 0% chance that this would work, it would be nice to know, just so I can be prepared for it. And Brittany says, I'm all in on this. And if it blows up in my face, that's fine, right? At least I tried. But Brittany says, if there's no way in hell this is gonna work, like, maybe we won't do it. But Alyssa's like, okay, I'm gonna go talk to Turner, and then Brittany is also gonna be following up with Turner later. Okay, so a little later, Alyssa and Turner have their conversation in the car bedroom, and Alyssa's like, I still 1000% have you this week? And Turner says, yes. He's lying. He's lying to Alyssa. But Alyssa's like, oh, thank you. Turner says, now, you have my vote. You just have to convince Brittany or Monty, whichever one is easier for you. So Alyssa says she feels like she would be more likely to get Monty's vote. Well, Monty would be breaking the tie. She says, Brittany keeps telling me that she's undecided. Like, I know what that means. I've heard that from other people throughout the season. I've said that to other people. Like, when somebody's telling you up until the last minute that they're undecided, usually means they're voting you out, right? So Alyssa's like, I'm going to talk to Monty again. He seemed receptive to keeping me this week. So, maybe we can make something happen here. So Alyssa says, if worst comes to worst, at least I won't be going out unanimously because I have your vote. And it means a lot to me that at least one person in this house doesn't want me out. Okay, guilt trip. But Alyssa's asking Turner again, I have you 1000,000,000%. I don't have to ask you again. I don't want to annoy the shit out of you. Too late. Turner's not happy with Alyssa right now. He doesn't like that she threatened that she wouldn't be friends with him after this if she votes him out. If he votes her out. But yeah, Turner's saying, I got you. You don't have to worry. He's voting her out. So Alyssa says again, she appreciates Turner and she's like, I would die for you. I would take a bullet to the head for you. Let's calm down a little bit, okay? That's a lot. So a little later, Alyssa tells Brittany about her conversation with Turner. And Alyssa's like, yeah, he told me that he has me 1000%. He said that I don't have to ask him again and that there's no way that he would vote me out of this house. Ah! So Brittany's like, all right, I don't want to overplay here. Too late for that. But she's wondering, do I just leave Turner alone and let things be? Or should I touch base with him tonight? Try to drive home that you don't have my vote. Maybe then he will feel comfortable giving you a sympathy vote. So they decide, yes, Brittany should talk to Turner. And she's going to ask if he will give Alyssa a sympathy vote. I'm sorry. That's going to make it so obvious. Oh my God. Could you be any less subtle? So, all right. Alyssa then chats with Monty, and he was in the bathtub at the time. But this conversation is meant to make it seem like Alyssa does not have Brittany's vote. Again, they want to make Monty and Turner comfortable enough for Turner to give Alyssa a sympathy vote. So Alyssa's like, yeah, I talked to Turner. I feel really good with him. He's the homie, so I hope he'll pull through with this. And she's like, I talked to Brittany, and she keeps telling me that she's undecided. She's tight with Taylor. I know what that means. I'm not gonna have Brittany's vote. So Alyssa says to Monty, this might put you in an awkward position. Like, it could be a tie that Monty has to break. So Alyssa says, all I can ask is that you just think about it, make the best decision for your game. I love you no matter what. I just hope that you weigh your options. So Monty's like, yeah, of course, I'm going to take everything into consideration because that's the fair thing to do. He was also talking about how he's gotten to know Alyssa better this week. He's really happy about that. He wishes the circumstances were better, but he is happy that they've had this chance to bond this week. So, okay. Monty is not planning on breaking any ties in Alyssa's favor, but he's not going to say that to her. So later, Taylor and Monty are chatting in the HOH room, and Monty is telling her about the conversation with Alyssa, and he says, Alyssa can probably tell that I'm not going to give her an answer one way or the other. Just not going to do it. Excuse me. Monty is thinking he might let Alyssa know tomorrow, meaning today, that she's going so that they wouldn't have to deal with any awkwardness last night. They wanted Alyssa to enjoy her last night with everybody. But Monty also says Turner is going to have to be the one to drop that hammer, right? He is the closest one to Alyssa. So they kind of want to follow Turner's lead on when they break the news to Alyssa. Taylor feels bad. She says it sucks either way. Like, of course, she wants to stay, but she's also going to feel bad for Alyssa that her biggest ally is going to be voting her out. So, anyway, Brittany has her chat with Turner in the storage room. And okay, I did not think that Alyssa and Brittany's plan was going to work anyway. But this conversation between Brittany and Turner was like the final nail in the coffin on this plan. Not happening. So Brittany is asking, does Alyssa know that she's going? And Turner's like, oh, I didn't tell her. I'm very, very adamant about not telling her. It seems like at this point, Turner's like, I'm just not going to tell her at all. She'll find out later. So Brittany is like, oh, well, I've been telling her that I'm undecided, but, she knows that I'm close with Taylor. So I'm sure she's putting the pieces together. And Brittany, again, is playing this up. She does not want Turner to know that she's planning to keep Alyssa. So Turner's like, I wouldn't worry about it. I don't think that Alyssa feels like she's going to get your vote anyway. She thinks that she has to convince Monty to break a tie in her favor. So Turner brings up how his conversations with Alyssa have been a little bit intense this week. She has said that if he doesn't vote to keep her, he will be losing her jury vote and her friendship 100%. And Brittany's like, oh no, if you vote her out, she will hate you. She will never talk to you again. She's really playing this up. And Brittany says, yeah, Alyssa told me that it would be worse than Kyle if you don't vote for her to stay. Oh my God, not worse than Kyle. So Turner says, I'm not going to vote for Alyssa to stay anyway. He's being honest with Brittany. He's not planning on voting for Alyssa to stay. He laughs about how badly his jury management is tanking. They both laugh about that a little bit because neither of them have had good jury management this season. Ugh. But Brittany says, if you were to throw Alyssa a sympathy vote, I'm, of course, voting to keep Taylor. So in that case, Monty would be breaking the tie. So Turner's like, yeah, well, I just don't like that Alyssa is threatening me with her jury vote. Like, that's not cool, or that she's not going to be friends with me anymore. So Brittany's like, yeah, I see what you're saying, but I just love Alyssa so much as a person. Brittany is asking, like, what do I do in my position? Like, should I let her know for sure that I'm voting her out? I guess I'm just going to have to be honest with her, right? So Turner's like, well, for me, I'm just telling Alyssa that I'm going to keep her so that the rest of her time here is pleasant. He says he's going to explain himself in his goodbye message to Alyssa. He's just going to tell her, look, I can't vote against the house in the final four. The house in the final four. But anyway, Brittany says, okay, so you're not gonna give her a sympathy vote? Just, circling back, sympathy vote, what are you thinking? I feel like she brought this up like 5 times during this conversation. Again, not subtle at all. So Turner's like, I guess I would consider it if everyone else is cool with it. Like, I don't want to piss anyone off with that. He's not actually considering it. But Brittany says, it's your call. This is your thing. You're the one who's really close to Alyssa. Turner's like, all right, I'll think about it, but I'm probably not going to do it. So then Brittany's like, well, why can't Monty just break the tie? Does she not realize like how sus this looks? That Brittany is trying so hard to get a sympathy vote for Alyssa. And there's only 2 votes this week. So, like, we see what you're doing here. So Brittany says, it doesn't matter to me. I'm voting Alyssa out anyway. It's going to be the same outcome either way. Alyssa's still going to go. But why not put this decision on Monty? Let him take the heat instead of you. Alyssa can then go to the jury and, speak your praises or whatever. She can make sure that you're in a good spot with the jury. So Turner's just like, yeah, I'll think about it. No. Okay. So a few hours later, Turner lets Monty and Taylor know that Brittany was trying to get him to flip his vote to save Alyssa. Oof. I mean, they called this earlier in the week. They were really curious. Like, is Brittany going to try and flip this vote to keep Alyssa? And yes, she did try. So Monty and Taylor also saw this conversation between Turner and Brittany playing out live. They saw them on the spy cam in the HOH room, and Monty says he figured that that's what the conversation was about. He is not surprised here. Poor Taylor. She's got to hear now that Brittany was trying to get rid of her. Ugh. So Turner's like, I couldn't believe what she was saying. He says, obviously, he will not be voting Taylor out this week. All right. Meanwhile, Brittany was talking to Alyssa and letting her know. So I talked to Turner and he said that he is still voting you out. So what he's saying to you is not matching up with what he's saying to me. So Alyssa says, oh, wow, we'll talk more tomorrow. So today, Brittany told Alyssa that she's still going to vote for her to stay. No matter what, it's happening. This is going to be super awkward. There's been a lot of last minute scrambling, but it seems like Brittany is going to be voting for Alyssa to stay. Turner will be voting for Taylor to stay. So it looks like this vote is going to be a tie, 1-1, and then Monty is going to be the one to send Alyssa out. This is wild. I just, like, what is Brittany hoping to gain from this besides Alyssa's jury vote? The sad thing is, even though Brittany betrayed Taylor hard this week, I think Taylor would still want to take her to the final two because she knows being up against Brittany is her best chance to win. But that's gotta hurt, to hear that your final two is trying to get rid of you this week. Like, what? So it's gonna be interesting to see the reaction after the vote is read tonight. Is Brittany gonna try and pin this on Turner or what? I don't see Taylor buying that. So even today, Brittany was telling Taylor, like, you're good with me, I'm voting to keep you, blah blah blah. All right. So anyway, that's where we're at. I want to thank you all so much for being here, and I want to thank our super chatters today. Yeah, I'm hoping we're gonna get a jury segment today. That's right, it's Thursday, so that'll be fun. Let's see who's gonna be arriving. Oh, Michael. Yeah, Terrence and Michael. That should be fun to see them go into the jury house.
Oh, hi.
Hello,
This is the jury house.
Oh, wonderful. I want to thank our super chatters. Norm the Cat, thank you so much as always. Holly M, thank you so much. Dane Thomas, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And Christopher Brown, thank you so much. And Christopher says, thank the Lord, Britt Flea's random plan.
Thank the Lord.
The Lord. Britt Flea's random plan to cut Taylor is failing. Props to Alyssa for trying, right? I mean, she put up a good fight, which I was not expecting from her, judging by her season thus far. But she did try really hard. Just wasn't in the cards, right? So it's going to be interesting to see the fallout from this vote. Yeah. Let me know in the comments and in the chat, like, who you want to win HOH. It's either going to be Turner, Taylor, or Brittany. Who's it going to be? What do you think? Do you think this is an endurance comp? They've been locked out of the backyard for like days now.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think it's the spinning one?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too. We'll see. So thank you all for being here. We will be back tonight for the eviction episode recap. And until then, much love. Bye, everybody. Bye. Well, we say bye.
See, you smell like cats.
Yeah. Bye.